My name is Joe Tedesco. What I study is anything and everything. What I teach is empowerment. I teach awakening and empowerment. I am originally from Rochester, New York. I now live in the sunny Lake Worth, Florida area, and grew up in Rochester, New York, upstate New York. My experience of perception, like what we see in the world, what we experience in the world, was radically changed when I started reading A Course in Miracles. And I wouldn't say it changed, it actually illuminated what I felt to be there, and I could put words to it. So when I began reading the Course and starting to put a language to what I had always felt, I believed that the things out there were not really out there, but I didn't have a language to wrap it around. It just felt like it was something off from what I had been taught. And when I read the Course said something, projection makes perception. And it instantly put the onus on me. And I loved that because it was made me responsible for whatever it is I see out in the world. And I'd always felt that. I never really enjoyed being a victim to things. I never enjoyed aligning myself with social consciousness, like you have to dress this way, be this way. So what I wanted to see was I wanted to see joy, and I wanted to see happiness, and I wanted to see love, and I wanted to see I wondered how kids could look at something and see absolutely nothing of what an adult looked at, but they're looking at the same thing. And it just fascinated me how you can take a 2-year-old and put them in the most chaotic adult situation, and they're still finding a way to enjoy themselves. And how do they do that? And then as I got deeper into the questioning of that, it started to realize, well, where did I forget how to do that? Because they do it naturally. I used to be one of them. And what's the difference between me now as an adult and the child? And I quickly had to unlearn some things about what I thought I saw. And so in the study of perception, I realized very quickly that all of what I see is a projection of my mind, my internal mind. And no two people can possibly look at the same thing equally and see the same thing. They can agree that they see it, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're seeing the same thing. So it fascinated me about how one person's misery was another person's treasure, and what made that so. So I began diving down that realm, and it just opened up Pandora's box. And it got more exciting and more exciting because it really put the onus of responsibility and the authorship of your life on you. And that, as a person who loves to make things happen, really excited to me that I'm no longer a victim to anything, to society, to culture, to race, gender, creed. It didn't matter. My world, my life, my experience was created from me projecting it to be. And that excited me, because now then I could learn to become the conscious creator, the conscious mover into the experience, the author of my day, the author of my life. And then it allowed me to be in relationship with people differently and circumstances much differently. I wasn't victimized. I was now seeking learning in everything. I was seeking what is it here I'm showing myself, because that's all this is me, showing me. And it become fun. Whether you call we'll start throwing words out there like universe or God or whatever word lands with you. I like to use the word universe. Has a lot of less charge on it than say God, but I'm speaking about God if that's what it works for you, or the quantum field, or whatever filter that lands for you. The world is the playground, or the out picture, or the screen for what it is that we're projecting. And when we're on a conscious creating journey of, if we want to manifest, form, or experience, the world then becomes the place in which we see it. Now that's on one level. On the truest form of the level, it's always in the level of mind. But we really believe we're here. So we have a playground to project that onto, a screen of the world, if you will, to project those dreams, wishes, wants, goals, desires onto. And it's an amazing place to play out the experience of those dreams, visions, or goals. And we can do it in our mind, though it's always in our mind. It's kind of the paradox of holding the two distinctions of as within, so without, as above, so below. But I'm going to say that we don't really know that this is a dream, that this is an experience that we're just having. So we play the game as if it's real, and the conscious creators know that it's not. And so we align ourselves with experiences that we want, desire. Teachings of Abraham specifically talk about desire being the impetus or the beginning of all experience is desire. And I love that because it's not about want, it's not about lack. It's about an extension from within, from as within, so without. And you begin to desire experiences. It could be losing weight, it could be making money, having a perfect relationship, traveling the world, sharing your life, teaching children, or even to what we would call the negative realm, and interpret things as being negative or harmful. The universe really is always in integrity with us, no matter what we desire. When you become the conscious creator of that, that's when the fun starts. Right. That's when the game begins. It is our beingness to create. There is no one, in my perception, is excluded from this. If you are here breathing this good air, you are a creator. Whether you're consciously aware of that or not is the only difference between being an effective co-creator or the sleeping angel creator. You're still creating. You're still authoring your life, whether you're aware of it or not. It's just that it's the awakening to the fact that you are the absolute cause of the effect of your life, at one level. And we can, and there are people that will watch this and understand the deeper levels of the distinctions where language begins to fail and the symbols begin to fail. But if you have the ears to hear and you can listen carefully, you can see I'm not really excluding anything of any of the levels. It's all inclusive. And if you have the ears to hear at one level, it will serve you immensely. And if you have the ears to hear what I'm not saying, you'll also see it to be there as well. So there's no exclusion, no matter what level you're at. A child is no less a human being because they don't have the intellectual capacity of an adult. They're still a human being. They still have value. They still are value. And so does perception.